What's up, guys, man? Welcome back to Rhyme Rate. My name is George. There's been a few people in the comment section. Shout out to y'all who have been clicking on the videos and watching the videos and engaging in the comments, but there's still a few of y'all that keep confusing me with my boy Ryan from my other channel, Lost in Vegas. I am George. So my name is George, so make sure y'all remember that. I'm George. This is Rhyme Rate. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another joint, man. So look, man, I know you guys saw the title, right? So this is what I'm doing right now, man, as I'm getting Rhyme Rate going. I'm trying to be more consistent, and also I'm trying to establish sort of I'm setting a tone. I want to set the tone for what I want this channel to be. So you'll see commentary vids on hot topics. You'll see me do reactions, obviously, and within the realm of reactions, I want to have like series that I do. I want to do series for like the golden era. A lot of people have said they want me and Ryan to go back and start doing, at least on my other channel, Lost in Vegas. They wanted us to kind of do some old school stuff, stuff from our era. They want to hear what we like, right? Well, I'm going to be doing that on this channel. As far as me and Ryan on the other channel, we may dabble in that, but I'm definitely going to be doing that on this channel. So I'm going to call that my Golden Era series. And this specific video is concerning Mac Miller. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. Mac Miller is an artist that we've gotten so many requests to do over the years. We just never had a chance to get to him. And he's an artist that represents that blog era to a T, in my opinion. When I think of the blog era, obviously, I think of the big three. I think of J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, obviously. But then, of course, there's guys like Wale, guys like Big Sean, of course, as well, that really stick out to me. And those are the artists that, for the most part, I sort of latched onto. I pretty much know their catalogs pretty well. But there are some other guys like Mac Miller, Chance the Rapper, that I never really got into that much. You know what I'm saying? I kind of dabbled. I know a song here and there. But sitting down and listening to their projects, no, I never really got into them. So there were definitely a decent amount of artists that I missed. And so I wanted to kind of, I wanted to revisit some of those guys, man, because I'm looking at hip hop right now and I'm looking at the discourse surrounding it. And it's just not fun to me. It's just not fun. It's just, we don't need to go into that, but it hasn't been very fun to me, and I want to go back to better times because I romanticize about the 90s. I always say, the 90s, because that was my time. Those are my formative years. That's when I was listening to music the most. That's when I was the most locked into hip hop before I grew up and life changed for me. So of course I'm going to romanticize that era. I do think is objectively the best era, but that's another video. But the blog era was probably the last great era of rap, in my opinion, right? That's probably the last era where I felt like we were getting some new, fresh voices and people were being creative, and I saw obviously it sort of tamed a little bit in terms of the subject matter and the content, but that doesn't mean it wasn't creative. That doesn't mean that people weren't pushing boundaries and trying new things. And from what you guys say, Mac Miller was one of those artists. So I picked Ladders because I went on Reddit, and it seemed to be one of the songs that a lot of Mac Miller's fans on Reddit like. Let's get to it, man. I'm excited about it. It's off that Swimming album that came out in 2018. I think it was like literally. I think he died relatively soon after that. I think he died maybe even the next month. I think this album dropped in August. Yeah, Mac Miller was alive when this album Swimming was released. The album debuted on August 3rd of 2018. Miller passed 1 month later on September 7th, 2018. Due to an accidental overdose. So once again, man, rest in peace to Mac Miller. So that's insane. I didn't know that he died literally right after. I remember him dying soon after the album dropped, but I didn't know it was literally a month after. I just didn't remember that. So yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's get to Mac Miller, man. I've been wanting to get to him. Today's the day for Mac Miller fans. Let's rock out, man. Mac Miller, Ladders. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like her. I'm gonna play a real quick snippet of this song called Racks by her. Not exactly the same, but the same sort of dreamy, like dreamy like vibe. Anyways.
Somehow we gotta find a way. No matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it all come falling down when the night meet the light, turn the day. Can't stop, then you won't stop. I know just how that feel when you're on till the ball drop. You never seen it be so real.
Again, one thing I want to point out already is his tone. I think he has like this sort of almost like his mouth is dropping tone, like, you know, something like he's chewing tobacco almost, right? And it had, but it's, you know, that's not me making fun of it. That's giving him a signature sound, right? You know, right now, you know what I'm saying? I can't do this shit. But it's almost like his mouth is the bottom of his mouth, or the side of his cheek has tobacco in it, so it gives him this dropping, you know, droopiness. I can't, you know, describe it, you know, in the best way possible or articulate it the way I want to, but it's this sort of mouth is full with something feel to the way his voice sounds, which gives him a uniqueness, right? Then he's incorporating melody. Again, when I think of the blog era, I think of Kanye kind of kicked the doors down. Then we got people like Drake. And then we got J. Cole who incorporates melody. And Kendrick incorporates melody. Like, it's hard to find. After that time, it became hard. Wale melody, even Big Sean melody. It became very difficult for any rappers to even exist without incorporating melody in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So I'm getting that. When I think of the blog era, I think of just this sort of mishmash of rap and R&B and just melodic elements. So I'm getting that feeling already.
Nigga won't stop. I know just how that feel when you're on top till the ball drop. You never seen it be so real. It feels so good right now, but it all come falling down when the night meet the light, turn the day. Feel it a little, feel it a lot. I'm swimming a bit, but deeper in thought. Keeping my head on top of my shoulders. Into some shit, I'm out of the box. This the level I'm on, need it all right now and forever is gone. Baby, the weather is strong, whether it's hot or cold, we're coming knocking on your door. Well, I'ma maintain, I'm staying so high. Put the ladder all the way up till we touching the sky. And you know you're dead wrong, you in love with a lie. All I wanna do is free your mind. We don't see no lines, we don't color inside. It's a very small world, we don't
Yeah, he got some groove in this too, though. You know, one thing again that I noticed about a lot of blog era rappers is, and J. Cole kind of talked about this when we did the interview with him, just the ability to check a lot of boxes that will allow you to appeal to a wide range of people while still maintaining a certain sort of baseline that I think core hip hop heads look to give you respect, right? You need to know how to rap. You need to know how to put words together in a, and they don't have to be the most amazing MC, but we need to know that you can rap. This is to be in a certain conversations, not to be a hip hop artist that just makes bangers, but to be in certain conversations, you need to know how to rap. You need to have, you need to be able to sort of display skill while still making music palatable, at the same time. And this is kind of what I'm getting already, because even the chorus, somehow we got to find a way how he started it. No matter how many miles it takes, I know it feels so good right now, but it can all come falling down. So you can actually read into the lyrics, right? I'm sure there's the song's called Ladders. I'm sure there's a metaphor here, and as the song goes on, I'm going to see if I can sort of decode it a little bit, But there's substance within the chorus, and then in the chorus, his substance, his unique tone. Then we lead into this little dance, Tame Impala. I don't know. I'm going to throw some names out there that may not be accurate, but it's like a dance, Tame Impala type feel with the groove. So it's groovy. I could tell he's got depth in the lyricism. He's got a unique tone. Now we have someone that could potentially be a star, right? But we have someone that has a lot of, he's displaying a lot of these little qualities that we look for artists that tend to cut through, you know what I'm saying? Which is what I felt like we've lacked a little bit. I know things are not set up as easily for artists these days because of the fragmentation of hip hop, but I'm also not really seeing a lot of unique people who are able to incorporate all these little things that we look for to cut through, to transcend while still being hip hop, but you transcend just a little bit to become a little bit more mainstream and become a star. So let me pull that back. I like how that groove dropped in though.
Whether it's hot or cold, we're coming knocking on your door. Well, I'ma maintain, I'm staying so high. Put the ladder all the way up till we touching the sky. And you know you're dead wrong, you in love with a lie. All I wanna do is free your mind. We don't see no lines, we don't color inside. It's a very small world, we don't fuck with the size. Yeah, see the bigger picture when it's beneficial. Loving how it fits you, blow the whistle when you run out of time. Yeah, waking up, I open up my eyes. Do you mind if I blow your mind? A little closer, baby, don't be shy. Why you worried that it's gonna be fine? I guess that kind of day, that's really all I'm trying to say. We don't have a lot of time.
gonna pull this whole first verse back because I was lost in the groove. You know, I wasn't even paying attention to the lyrics. I'm just like, yeah, okay. You know, I like how he rolled the beat. I like the pocket that he was in, the sort of laid back pocket. You know, yeah, let me pull that back. You know what I'm saying? Because I would like to break the shit down.
But it all come falling down when the night make the light turn to day. Feel it a little, feel it a lot. I'm swimming a bit but deeper in thought. Keeping my head on top of my shoulders. Into some shit, I'm out of the box. This the level I'm on, needing it all right now and forever is gone. Baby, the weather is strong, whether it's hot or cold, we're coming knocking on your door. Well, I'm a man.
Okay, interesting. So the song's called Ladders, and then the chorus, he says, somehow we got to find a way no matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it can all come falling down, right? So again, the song's called Ladders, you know, and I'm picturing someone being at the top of the mountain, being, you know, climbing a ladder. Right, reaching certain heights in life, but it can all come crashing down. So it might be good now. So enjoy it right now because that shit can. What did he say? It said something about the night to the day. You know, when you're on top till the ball drop, you've never seen it be so real. Feels so good right now, but it can all come falling down when the night meet the light, then turn to day. So to me, that I'm taking that as like it just, you know, it could be good today and horrible tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then he started the first verse by saying, feel it a little, feel it a lot. I'm swimming a bit, but deeper in thought, keeping my head up on top of my shoulders. Into some shit, I'm out of the box. So there's a little juxtaposition there. In, out, right? I like that little word play there. Into some shit, I'm out of the box. So I'm into some shit, but I'm out of the box. So obviously when you think of being out of the box, you're doing things differently. You're not doing things in a way that is common. You're very unconventional. But I'm into some shit, I'm out of the box. He said, this is the level I'm on, needing it all right now or forever is gone. This is the level I'm on, needing it all right now or forever is gone. I'm trying to get it while I can, is how I'm taking that. You know, if I don't get it now, then I won't have an opportunity to last. You know, because again, the whole theme of this is, you know, you better appreciate it now before it's gone. Let me keep listening though. Okay.
Hot or cold, we're coming knocking on your door. Well, I'ma maintain, I'm staying so high. Built the ladder all the way up till we touching the sky. And you know you're dead wrong, you in love with a lie. All I wanna do is free your mind. We don't see no lines.
So when he says I'm gonna stay so high, I don't wanna, I mean, you know, I know that, you know, again, rest in peace to Mac Miller. I know he died as a result of an accidental overdose. And when he says, I'm going to stay so high, obviously high as in he's climbing a ladder. I believe the song is sort of metaphorically, it's a metaphor, right? He's climbing a ladder. He's high on this ladder. It feels like he's on a high musically, like he's climbed a ladder in his career. He's climbed a ladder of life. Maybe things are going well right now for him, you know, but he's into some shit and he's out of the box. So I'm into some shit and I'm thinking out of the box and it's creating, maybe I'm at my peak creatively and I'm just on a high. And maybe literally and figuratively, I'm high and I'm on a high because this is just I'm on a level I've never been on before. He said that specifically. He said this is the level I'm on, needing it all right now. I need to get it while I'm on this, where I'm at my strongest creatively. I need to get it now. You know, I need to take advantage of this. And if I have to do drugs, dabble in drugs, then so be it, to maintain this level of excellence in terms of creativity that he's on. That's how the song sounds. So I feel it seems like it's a feel good song. Though obviously the beat is cool and you can really vibe and groove to this, but it feels like he's on a creative high and an actual high to maintain this creative high is what it sounds like. But let's keep it going though.
Built the ladder all the way up till we touching the sky. And you know you're dead wrong, you in love with a lie. All I wanna do is free your mind. We don't see no lines, we don't color inside. It's a very small world, we don't fuck with the size. Yeah, see the bigger picture when it's beneficial. Loving how it fits you, blow the whistle when you run out of time. Yeah, waking up, I open up my eyes. Do you mind if I blow your mind? A little closer, baby, don't be shy. Why you worried that it's gonna be fine? I guess that kind of day, that's really all I'm trying to say. We don't have a lot of time to waste. Somehow we gotta find a way. Somehow we gotta find a way. No matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it all come falling down when the night meet the light turn to day.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Getting back into that chorus, we don't have a lot of time to waste. Somehow we got to find a way, you know? And when he said, why you worried about, why did he say this? Why are you worried that it's going to be fine? I guess it's that kind of day, right? He said, waking up, I open my eyes. Do you mind if I blow your mind? A little closer, baby. Don't be shy. Why are you worried that it's going to be fine? Why are you worried if it's going to be fine? Is that what he's saying? Why are you worried about if it's going to be fine or not? Don't worry about that. Why would he put that in there? Why would he ask that question like someone's asking him that question, right? Like it's almost like someone that's close to him, like, why are you worried about if it's going to be fine or not? We good. Is how I'm taking that. He said, I guess it's that kind of day. Maybe he's tripping. You know what I'm saying? maybe he's high, and they're worried like, are you good? Things are wonderful, man. I'm at my peak right now. So we don't have a lot of time to waste. Somehow we got to find a way. This is how I do it. I don't have time to waste. You know what I mean? When I catch lightning in a bottle, whatever means that allowed me to catch this lightning in a bottle, I'm going to continue to use those means. Now, I could be way off with this whole drug play thing. I guess reading a wiki, knowing that he overdosed literally a month after this this album came out is putting me in that framework. But I think he's looking at it like I need to be at the best. I am at my peak right now. This is the best possible place I could be in. Life is good. I'm at the top of the ladder. I'm aware that this probably could all come crashing down, but I'm going to get it while the getting is good. So let's keep it going.
But it all come falling down when the night meet the light, turn the day. I wouldn't wait forever, just shoot your shot. We don't need no more, no extras. We all we got.
Who's involved in the music? Did Mac Miller make the beat? I know that Mac Miller does some production. John Bryan and Pomo. Yeah, shout out to John Bryan and Pomo for producing this. I don't know if they had session musicians come in or if this is all sort of sample based. It feels like they had some session musicians come in. Let me see. Yeah, I love the horns that came into this, man. It just gives it more of a, it makes it feel grand, right? It makes it feel grand when you hear horns in the music, man. So I'm just looking for people who are involved. Shout out to everybody involved in the process, man. But yeah, love the way the horns came in here.
We all we got.
Good bass.
All the lights flickering, hitting the right switches. I'm living this life different and missing the flight. Bullshitting. I had a plan to change. You can't stand the rain. Little delay, but I came and you cool with it. I don't trip, flip, or lose my grip. And I don't know what.
He in pocket. All the lights flickering, hitting the right switches. I'm living this life different and missing the flight. Bullshitting, right? I had a plan to change. You can't stand the rain. Little delay, but I came and you cool with it. That was, just the pocket, the cadence, the pocket, the flow right there. Let me pull that back.
All the lights flickering, hitting the right switches. I'm living this life different and missing the flight. Bullshitting. I had a plan to change. You can't stand the rain. Little delay, but I came and you cool with it. I don't trip, flip, or lose.
Interesting when he said that, though. First of all, good writing on this, too. All the lights flickering, hitting the right switches. I'm living this life different and missing the flight. Bullshitting, right? Like all the lights flickering. I just think that's fame, and that's his way of just saying that the lights are flickering, the flashing lights from fame, and hitting the right switches, making the right moves, making the right music that's allowed him to get to the top of the ladder, right? I'm living this life different and missing the flight. Bullshitting, but I still have. I guess he's also kind of living a little reckless. That's his way of saying that. He said, "I had a plan to change. You can't stand the rain. Little delay, but I came and you cool with it." So that's a little. That was slick writing. When he said missing the flight, he came off of the "you can't stand the rain." I was a little delayed. So that's almost like, obviously you can tie that back to I'm missing the flight. Bullshitting. So it comes off to me when he says you can't stand the rain. That's an old saying when New Edition has a song, "Can You Stand the Rain?" right? Go YouTube that song for those who don't know the group, the R&B group New Edition. And what that song means, they use the metaphor of stormy weather being the tough times in life, right? Can you stand the rain? Can you stand when things aren't, sunny days? Everybody loves them, but can you stand the rain? Can you deal when, can you stay around or stick around when times get hard? So that's in my mind as I'm looking at the lyrics here. I had a plan to change. You can't stand the rain. I'm a little delayed, but I came and you cool with it. So you can't stand the rain. Things are getting tough. It's what that sounds like to me, man. It's a lot dealing with me, right? I'm bullshitting. I'm reckless. I might be a little out of control. I'm literally missing flights, but I'm maybe a little out of control. And that's the rain. The person that maybe he's dating or whatever the case may be, it has to deal with this, right? I might be a little wild. I might be a little much. You know what I'm saying? I might be a little delayed, but you cool with it though. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna stay on this roller coaster because I'm lit right now. And you see I'm winning right now. It's how I'm taking it. Could be wrong, but let's keep it going.
Yeah. All the lights flickering, hitting the right switches. I'm living this life different and missing the flight. Bullshitting. I had a plan to change. You can't stand the rain. Little delay, but I came and you cool with it. I don't trip, flip, or lose my grip. And I don't know it all, but I do know this. Before you know me, better know self. I've been in this shit so long that it don't smell. I turn a hotel to a castle. Living like a king for a grand. I don't do nothing that's a hassle. Besides, even that castle made of sand. Just might slip into the sea. Fuck it all if it all ain't me. Maybe we inside the maze. Somehow we gotta find a way. Okay.
Somehow we gotta
You actually killed that verse though. That was dope. Again, I'm not sure if I'm on point with how I'm decoding it, but I think the whole verse just means like, yo, this is just, if you're gonna ride in this car, I'm gonna be doing donuts. I'm gonna be pushing the speed limit, doing 90, 95, 100. In motherfucking school zones. It's gonna be reckless, but it'll be a fun ride. And I just think that this is him embracing, some of these struggles that he may have. He's embracing the fact that, again, if I'm looking at this as him potentially being high, high off life, but literally high. He said something here specifically where he said, "Before you know me, you better know self." So that almost comes off like someone was judging him. Like, before you know me, you better know yourself. Before you judge me, you need to check yourself and and figure out what, why you're coming from that angle. I've been in this shit so long that I don't even smell it, right? I've been doing this for so long. I've been in this game navigating this maze of life, using whatever medication that I may need to get to where I am for so long that I don't even recognize I don't even see it as bullshit anymore. I don't even smell it, right? It's worked for me. So before you come judging me, you better know yourself. And if you want to be around me, you need to, understand that, man. It comes with some twists and turns, man. Some donuts in the car. That's how I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? I like when he said, I turn a hotel to a castle, right? I turn a hotel to a castle. Living like a king for a grand. Living like a king for a grand. Interesting. So I could turn a hotel to a castle, living like a king for a grand. I don't do nothing that's a hassle. Besides, even that castle is made of sand. Just might slip it to the sea. Fuck it all if it ain't me, right? It sounds like someone that's like, look, I could turn this hotel. I'm getting high in a hotel room for $1,000, for a grand. I could live like a king, right? So to me, it sounds like he bought a whole bunch of drugs. I'm going to get high. I'm going to do what I want to do. And maybe this castle, right, metaphorically speaking, and also turn this hotel to a castle. I can make this I can make this hotel room that I'm doing this in feel like I'm the king of my own world, right? I can feel like the king of my own universe. But this can all come crashing down, that's the kind of the theme of the song. It's like, just enjoy being at the top because it can all come crashing down. It's almost like he's prepared for it, right? He said, fuck it all if it ain't me. This is me. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing to maintain my position and this is what works for me. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, maybe we inside the maze, somehow we got to find a way. This is how I find my way in the maze. This is what works for me. So yeah, dope song, man. I think that's where he's going with it, but dope.
Somehow we gotta find a way. No matter how many miles it takes. I know it feels so good right now, but it all come falling down when the night meet the light, turn the day. I wouldn't wait forever, just shoot your shot. We don't need no more, no extras. We all we got.
It's also sort of like inspirational too, right? Or maybe aspirational, the way that he's saying that, you know, we ain't got forever. We don't have time to waste. So shoot your shot, you know, follow your dreams. In addition to him talking about how he's done it and what's worked for him, you know, hey, shoot your shot, man. Do what works for you. Do what you got to do. You know, don't fall into analysis paralysis, which is what I struggle with. Shoot your shot, you know. But this is what works for me, though. We'll stop it right there. Yeah, that's you know, that's a good song, man. That's a good song. I actually enjoyed that, man, because it's got swing to it, right? It has groove. I think the groove was cool. You can dance to it clearly. I like the pocket that, especially when Mac was going off. I think it was in the second verse. You had all the lights flickering, hitting the right switches. The way he was in pocket there, the way it sounded, cadence-wise, was cool. This didn't sound like a guy that was like, you know, like he was doing drugs and he knew it was bad for him. I think he realized the risk, but at the same time really enjoyed the sort of creative juices that doing these drugs potentially could provide for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm taking it. Again, I could be wrong, you know, but also the same thing as the other metaphor of life, man. Just understand that, you know, enjoy it. Like when you got to strike while the iron is hot. You know what I mean? So when you are popping, strike while, get it all while you can, because what is inevitable, right? Shout out to J. Cole. What's inevitable is that fall off. It doesn't last forever. So, you know, so that's kind of how I took the song. But yeah, man, groovy. Love the way the pocket that he got into in that, especially in that second verse. Yeah, it's a fun song, man. It's a fun song, and I like that. And I think the writing was dope in this too. You know what I'm saying? I love sort of metaphorically where I feel like he was going. And this, I'm going to play something real quick. And in comparison to this shit, because I do remember Donald Trump and a few other songs. To me, I'm seeing a significant artistic leap from Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, like an extraordinary artistic leap from this shit. No disrespect to Mac Miller fans.
Public and you hear him talking rubbish. I just wanna ride through the city in a cutlass.
Yeah, that Wiz Khalifa, no disrespect to Wiz Khalifa, but he reminds me, like, the way he was rapping, that was like a Wiz Khalifa flow. I don't know if that's just a Pittsburgh thing, because I know they're both from Pittsburgh, right? But just that just sounded like some little kid shit. I think I heard songs like this from Mac Miller, and then once I heard that, because, you know, I was grown, right around the time the blog era got popping, I was grown, like a straight up grown ass man. So this wasn't some shit I was listening to as a teenager. So when I heard songs like that from him, I was like, yeah, get that shit out of here. But seeing him go from Donald Trump and songs like that to what I'm hearing now, what I heard, we did Self-Care on my Lost in Vegas channel. Go check that reaction out. Hands, I think, is the other song we did. Once he got around that era, and it looks like it's unfortunately right as he was, you know, right around the time he passed away, I think he was probably at his creative peak, or at least at a point where I wouldn't want to listen to his music. So that's unfortunate. But the bottom line is I've seen the artistic growth from his earlier work to now. So salute to Mac Miller, man. Rest in peace to Mac Miller, man. I want to definitely get back to Mac and do more from him. Give me more from this album. Some of it, you know, I would say preferably his later work. If he's got some dope shit from his earlier work, I'm willing to entertain it. But just understand, I'm gonna keep it real. So he ain't dead or alive. Anybody can get the smoke, you know. So if it's not hot, I'm gonna tell you it's not hot. But this was enjoyable, man. Give me more from Mac Miller and other artists from the blog era as well. Give me some stuff from Chance the Rapper, the Coloring Book. I want to get to that. But that's it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. What you think of the series, man? Me doing series like this, Golden Era series. Let me know. You know, I want to get more feedback from you guys. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up in the comments, of course, and all that good stuff as well. That's the end of the video. My name is George. This is Rhyme Rate. I'm out.